Hello everyone, my name is Phil, and together with Camilo, Dan, and John, we are the Game Pack. Welcome to the 41st episode of our gaming news podcast, the PackCast. Today we're going to be talking about a 6-year-old game was the highest sold game of all of last month. Also, memory cards are back, baby. And finally, after I don't know how many years, Lego and Mario finally collab. But is it what we wanted? E3 is officially canceled for 2020. We're going to talk about our thoughts on that. And as always, we will round out the show with this week's new releases and what we've been playing. Before we jump into our first story, guys, I have a quick PSA that I want to read at the top of the show. So there is currently a global health crisis going on, and we're going to be talking about that briefly during our E3 story because it directly relates to it. We want everyone to please listen to the CDC and authorities and take this situation very seriously. Please practice social distancing and do the 5. The 5 are hands, elbow, face, feet, and feel. Hands, wash them often, at least 20 seconds. Elbow, cough into it. Face, don't touch it. Feet, stay more than 3 feet apart. Some people are even saying stay 6 feet apart. And if you feel sick, stay at home. A lot of people are working from home. School is canceled or they're taking their lessons online. Stay home, guys. And then for the uninformed, social distancing is the act of staying 3 to 6 feet away from each other, not gathering in crowds, and self-isolating. This is recommended by top scientists and health officials to slow the spread of the disease, as there is just not enough room or trained staff to handle everyone getting sick at once. Stay safe, stay healthy, and if you want more information, check the CDC's website. Now that that is out of the way, let's jump into today's first story. Assassin's Creed Unity was one of the best-selling games in the world in February. Priced for only a penny in South Korea and Indonesia, Assassin's Creed Unity tops the physical and download combined EMEAA chart, a chart that is new to me, but is probably very relevant to the world. It just doesn't apply to the United States directly. Europe, Middle East, Africa, Australia, and Asia territories. So basically, the rest of the entire world. For February 3rd to March 1st. And then I'll rattle off this list as fast as I can. The list is as follows. Top 10 games, Assassin's Creed Unity, Grand Theft Auto 5 is number 2, FIFA 20 is number 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six is number 6 Siege is number 4, Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is number 5, Red Dead Redemption 2 is number 6, Call of Duty Modern Warfare number 7, number 8 is Metro Exodus, number 9 is NBA 2K20, and lastly, number 10, Dreams. Alright, so this isn't the first time that Assassin's Creed Unity has been sold digitally for under $1. Why do you guys think that Ubisoft does this?
Maybe it's some promotional thing, like they're gearing up for another Assassin's Creed, so they want to get people talking about it. I don't know. It's odd. Maybe they're at a sales milestone, like they're close to a sales milestone, and they just want to hit it to say, hey, we hit the sales milestone.
Yeah, like we sold X million of Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it is possible as well, like when this game first came out, it was really buggy, and a lot of people got really annoyed and turned off. And as an apology, they gave out all the DLC for this game for free, and they've since patched it. So it's possible that they've chosen this game as those pushers because they want to be like, see, it's fixed now, and like,
but for a penny,
play the games.
Forever scarred. They just want to change the conversation. Like they're just so upset about how this game is going to go down in history that they're like, just look at play, guys, try it. It's not as bad. It's not as bad as everyone said.
Yeah. I mean, that might be why they chose this game instead of one of the others.
Possibly.
Get it into the minds of people like, it's not as bad as I remembered. Wow.
It's still old, though, because it's 6 years old, so Unity comes before, and you're the resident expert now. Unity becomes before Syndicate, right?
Yep.
And then Origins and Odyssey.
Correct.
Okay. It's just interesting that they would do Unity and not like, I mean, Origins, they're still making money hand over fist on probably.
Yeah.
But like, I would think they would do something like that with the game, because the way that the game is now is not the way that Unity is. It's like how Origins and Odyssey are. And like, that's how the game is probably going to be for at least the next one. Yeah. So I'm surprised if they're like trying to like, hey, audience, come check out what Assassin's Creed's like. Unity is not that. Unity is not what Assassin's Creed is currently in its like current form. So
that's true.
It's just interesting.
Yeah, and like a couple weeks ago, like a week or two ago, on Epic Games storefront, they were giving away Syndicate for free, just flat out for an entire week.
Interesting.
So maybe it's like that. The generation just previous to the current generation, they want to get in front of as many eyes as possible for some reason. Maybe, I don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, a lot of the Assassin's Creed games do go on sale. Like,
yeah,
you could get Odyssey for like half off a lot of the time. I
think the Assassin's Creed games on Switch are on sale right now.
Yeah, they are. That's not by this much though.
They're not a penny.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would have bought them if they were a penny. Yeah, but they do go on sale a lot. I was gonna say that they do. They like to make deals with the Xbox Gold and what's the PS Plus?
PS Plus.
I've seen like the Assassin's Creed games. I think Black Flag was on there. I think Syndicate was on there. I'm not sure if Unity was on there or not, but they've definitely given games away through Xbox Gold and PS Plus before. So it's like not unheard of for Ubisoft to just be like, here's our game. But like,
yeah, it definitely seems like a strategy to have various games for super cheap at various times. And for some reason, this one just took off. Yeah.
And then what was the specific region? It was South Korea and Indonesia, right? Yeah, South Korea and Indonesia. So I want to move on, if you guys are okay, to this next question. Why do you suspect it was done in this specific region? And I have what I think is a bulletproof theory, and I want to know what you guys think about it. I think I'm building it up way too much. I just think that they have a lot. I don't know if like that region, if South Korea and Indonesia is like a certain kind of like region, like you know how would it be PAL? Because I know when I go on to like CD keys, like I can't buy games sometimes because they're for different regions. So I didn't know if they just had a bunch of codes. Like, I don't know how that works. Like, they generated a bunch of codes, and that's in their,
like, fire sale them?
Yeah, that's, like, in their system somehow that they need to, like, we generated these codes, so we need to, like, get rid of them.
Maybe.
Doesn't Korea have its own code? It's, like, KOR or something?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my thought process was that they've, like, generated a bunch of codes. They're, like, just sitting there in their, like, you know, balance sheet somewhere, and they're like, well, we allocated something for this, so we just need to like zero out this like line item somehow. I don't know. That's just
it's not like it's because of location of the game, because they're in France. Like Unity's in France, right?
Yeah,
Unity takes place in France.
Yeah, I was just thinking that maybe they had just generated so many of this specific game in general. It's because the randomness of the game is what's is like so surprising to me. It's like,
maybe the guy in charge just really loves this game and wants more people to experience it. You know?
Yeah, maybe whoever is in charge of doing this is like the guy who was like the head project lead on Assassin's Creed Unity. And he's just like, my game was good.
Yeah, I have seen more and more videos popping up recently on YouTube talking about how Unity isn't the mess that people thought it was, and like, is Unity still relevant? Like, just within the last couple of weeks.
Probably
and that
because,
could be because I'm playing through the series that I've just been seeing more.
The algorithm knows you, Dan.
Yeah, it's pushing you content you want to see.
Yeah, that could be. That very well could be.
But yeah, very interesting story. Would you guys have any theories as to why it was done in this? Like, it's just in this specific region, South Korea and Indonesia. Like, why? Why Ubisoft? Why? And also, Ubisoft or Ubisoft?
Ubisoft.
I say Ubisoft.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think it. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think it's maybe to drum up excitement for or in the series, because they're probably gonna announce a new game this year because there wasn't one last year.
Right. Very, very possible.
Yeah. This specific region could have to do with how different deals and not necessarily sweepstakes. I know there's different rules depending on where you are in the world for different sweepstakes. Maybe it's something similar with how you can price your games and regulations around that for different parts of the world. And maybe it's just much easier in these regions to do this type of sale.
I got a new theory, guys. Just came up with it, top of my head.
Okay.
The game that they're gonna announce at E3 takes place in Asia somewhere.
That's possible.
The rumor is Vikings, right?
Yeah, Vikings is the rumor.
That's the rumor, yeah.
But everybody wants a feudal Japan.
Vikings? What are you gonna do? Jump off a hut?
Yeah, the rumored name is Ragnarok.
Oh, for real? It's definitely Vikings.
I mean, it's definitely if you look at Assassin's Creed 3, there was a lot of in the trees and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of tall buildings.
Well, they'll bring the boats back. They probably won't have boat combat though.
If it's about Vikings, they will.
Yeah, they had harpoons and stuff.
Did they?
Yeah. I don't know.
Vikings are cool.
Vikings are cool. Is that the final thought? Vikings are cool.
Yeah. Oh, I do have I don't know. This is not gaming related, but I do have a cool. I went over to Denmark years ago, and we went to this place called Roskilde, and that is where a bunch of sunken Viking ships are. And that place is awesome. They pulled them all up, and you could see these giant Viking ships.
They pulled them up while you were there?
No. It's
That's
a
part
museum.
of the experience. They pulled them out of the ocean.
And you could go on a Viking ship. You could go on a Viking type ship. We didn't do that though.
Well then. Well, I also don't recommend traveling during this trying time.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
don't go to Denmark right now.
Don't go to Denmark right now, but maybe on your bucket list. All right. Any final thoughts on Assassin's Creed Unity being fire sold in South Korea?
I think it'll get in front of more eyes, and that's cool because it was a decent game for what it was. And a penny is a really good price to pick it up. It's worth a penny for sure.
Maybe it was a pricing error.
Ooh, that's also another theory.
If it were a pricing error, they would have fixed it up.
I don't know.
Because if it was more than 3 hours, it was not a pricing error.
Yeah, they wouldn't have left it long enough to become #1 in those regions.
It's interesting that Division 2 is on here because that was being sold for $2.
Yeah, they were $2. I almost picked it up, but I was like, I won't. Not that it's probably it's a fine game, I'm sure. I just probably won't play it, and it's just
And that was for DLC, but Unity's 6 years out, so they're not getting DLC.
Yeah. What if they dropped some crazy?
All the DLC's free anyway.
Hey, babe, who knows?
All right. Let's move on from Assassin's Creed Unity into something more technical. Memory cards are back. This is very interesting because I really didn't think we'd ever see them ever again. I thought they were dead forever. Microsoft revealed the full specs for the Xbox Series X, and it looks like memory cards are coming back. The Series X will have a built-in 1 terabyte SSD hard drive, but if you want to install Xbox Series X enhanced games and you have no more space on your internal storage, you will need a proprietary external memory stick. That means a memory stick made by Microsoft that you have to buy. You can't use external, off-brand, third-party stuff for specifically Xbox Series X games. External hard drives will still work for games that are not enhanced for Xbox Series X. We've seen proprietary storage before, for example, with the PS Vita. How can Xbox not bungle it the way the Vita did? And I guess maybe just for some context, the Vita storage was so expensive compared to like third-party storage for the amount that you were getting, that it was just a nightmare. It was awful. Being a Vita owner myself, I did experience this struggle. So what do you guys think? How can Xbox not bungle this in external proprietary hard drive?
Well, the price is the main concern. Maybe they could somehow walk this back, but I think it probably has to do with hardware limitations.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they can. My theory is that they can't do it because they really need the speed, like the SSD instant speed, and like they can't guarantee that across all third-party hard drives.
Yeah, because you can get an external SSD, right?
Yeah, but I think it's probably so specific for all of these games, especially at launch, that they don't want to like risk you getting an external and then have it not work and like people being upset with the Xbox launch. You know what I mean? Like I think they want their new system to launch as smoothly as possible.
Yeah, Xbox 360 was very similar in this regard, where like the 360 Slim took hard drives, but you have to have a special enclosure. You can get the enclosure on its own, but it still needs to be a Microsoft certified hard drive that goes into that enclosure to be able to run the original backward compatible original Xbox games. So you could, I think, put a non-Microsoft hard drive in there and get certain functionality, but to get that backward compatibility with their features, it had to be branded. So they definitely have a history of doing it this way, and it very well could be, as you say, related to how it functions within like the infrastructure of how the data's set up, maybe, or how fast it needs to be, guaranteeing performance. Yeah, it could be a number of those things.
Yeah, I'm sure they just to get that fast load times. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like I have an SSD in my machine, and when I turn on my OS, it's just on, and it just feels like magic. Like my computer just turns on, and like I'm an old fogey. We talked about this last podcast or the other podcast about being old fogies. Like I remember just like turning on my PC in college and just waiting, and just like watching it, like the Windows, what was it, XP at the time, just go tick 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 tick, and you just waited, and then you finally got the bong, got a bong, ba bong bong.
Yep.
But yeah, now I don't know. I just wanted to share that fun story about horrible just waiting to play, because I played a lot of PC games in college, just waiting for my PC to turn on. But yeah, I think also to not bungle it, they can't do what PS Vita did and make it so price prohibitive that people can't afford it. They need to make it affordable to the masses.
But did the PS Vita have any internal storage? It was like very little, right?
Yeah, it wasn't much. It's like 8 gigs, isn't it?
I think I don't remember.
Or maybe it came with like a 4 gig card or like a 2 gig card.
I thought I bought a 32 gig card.
I mean, I've got mine.
I remember it being like, if you didn't buy any cards, like you could barely get anything on it. Like you had to get something.
Yeah. I remember feeling like when I got my Vita, I had to get the memory card. Like it was not optional.
Yeah, but they were so expensive. Like it was like $100 for not much storage.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And seeing as this comes with a 1 terabyte built in, hopefully that'll be big enough at least to run a few games.
5 games?
So
5. Yeah, 5. I would say 5 would be probably the max.
Yeah. Well, then in that case, you can like delete the game data and reinstall it when you're ready to play that game again. You can shuffle things around so that you never have to buy.
You can.
I so want to just delete my 120 gigabyte game and download it again.
Right, but I would say that, Dan, you're probably the one who can speak to this with the most authority. You don't want to do that because of the way that your ISP is set up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's in regard to, like, downloading from the internet, but, like, when you have something like a PS4 that installs the data from the disk onto the drive, that doesn't take up bandwidth over the internet, necessarily. I wonder if they'll have a way to delete that information that they copy to the hard drive, delete that, but save any of the update stuff from the internet, so that when you reinstall from the disk, it can go back in.
I think they usually just say like
that.
delete everything and save data, or just delete the game.
Yeah.
That's
possibly, but that could be something that they might have that's a little more better for that. I don't know.
Also,
could be a way to not bungle it.
Something that I feel like they will bungle is that the amount of data that's going to come on these discs is not going to be as much as we want, and we're going to have to download big patches for every.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, where they're just physical representations of the digital game.
Well, how much does the Blu-ray
not
hold?
to that degree, but like I feel like there's going to be a lot of download.
Well, I think some games even have that now. Like, they're like 100 gigs, and I think Blu-rays only hold like 50, right?
I'm unsure. But yeah, I think these games are gonna be massive, and there's only gonna be so much stuff you can put on a disc, especially with the way that people make games now, where they're like, "Oh, here you go," and day one patch.
Especially if you consider that you can take the Xbox One disc and put it into an Xbox Series X and get the enhanced Series X version, then absolutely you're gonna have to.
Well, that's good. Do you think it'll play out just like the way the 360 stuff goes? Because you're not playing on that disc. They download the whole thing off the internet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you have to have the disc in, though.
The disc is your like anti-piracy. It's like your key. It's like your key, but you don't play off that disc. You download a digital copy of your game. What?
I don't know. I feel like Xbox 360. If you buy one and you never connect it to the internet, it will play a disc that you put in.
Oh, a 360?
I could be
yeah,
wrong.
no, I'm saying if you take an Xbox 360 disc that's backwards compatible and you put it in an Xbox One,
I see what
that's
you're saying.
how the backwards compatibility technology works.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no,
hardware
my
is just gonna
Xbox 360 is not connected to the internet, and I play games on it all the time.
Yeah, my guess is that since they have specifically the backward compatibility in mind, that maybe they'll do it differently, but then they would have to have that specific hardware in there. Like,
it's
to
a
be
big
able to
thing. Have
accommodate.
you guys seen people holding it?
No, I haven't.
He's a thick boy.
They compared it to an actual fridge. They released a tweet where it just compared to an actual fridge.
It was like, I saw some dude hold it, and it was like as big as his chest. It's crazy.
It's like a small PC tower.
It's gonna be PC. It's just a PC. It's just a PC tower. Yeah.
I'll wait for the Slim. That's gonna be like the size of 2 Xbox Ones stacked together. That'll be the Slim for the Series X.
Awesome. Do we talk about price?
It'll be a mini fridge.
No, we didn't talk about price.
All right, let's talk about price real quick and then move on. I think it's going to cost $200.
I agree.
For 1
That's
terabyte
so pricey.
SSD,
And then
$200.
A few months, a year down the line, they're going to do a 2 terabyte card, and the thing's going to cost more than the whole system.
That's gonna be like so. This thing's probably gonna be $500 when it releases, right? I
think so. Yeah,
I would think,
if not more.
and you have
It'll
to
probably
pay
be
$200 on
$600
top
or
of that. Oh my god!
I mean,
well, they're
I
doing
can't
the aren't they doing the like pay per month thing, like the leasing thing?
Rent a box.
Yeah, you could finance it, but if you're not gonna,
When
do
you
that,
finance that Xbox, do you keep it or do you have to give it?
yeah,
back?
you keep it.
Oh.
Well, I think it. So I think the way it works is it's like your phone.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Do you finance your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you pay 30 months or whatever. Then after that 30, after you pay it off, that's your phone.
Yeah,
like you
it's
do whatever
yours.
you want with it.
But isn't
And I
it
think
like
that's how this is.
if it's, let's say, a year passes and like you're not done paying, but like a new one comes out, I think you can like trade it in.
Yeah. I think there's like.
But
an
then
upgrade.
I think you have to pay the difference. That's if we're going.
Yeah.
off
So
the
I
phone
think
model.
you. No, I don't think you have to pay
Well,
off
no, with
your
the
old
phone,
one.
you just like you pay like a year, and then you have to give them your phone, and you don't get anything for that phone, and you just start paying the new one.
Yeah, I think that's how this Xbox All Access works, or whatever it's called.
Interesting.
Yeah, the card's gonna be much more expensive than it should be, and yeah,
it's gonna be
It's just gonna be the case.
Yeah. All right. You guys feel good about the memory cards? I mean, the last memory card I bought was a GameCube memory card, so this is.
Well, I guess
feels
technically
weird
the
to me.
Switch has memory cards.
They have SD cards.
Yeah, but they're standard memory
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah. You can get sick deals on them on Newegg and Amazon.
Yeah, I got like a 400 gigabyte one for like $40 or something.
Yeah, if they wanted if they wanted to make it non-proprietary, they could have made like 6 memory card slots so you could put in SD cards, and then they could like build a RAID so that it raids all of them together, and you can get that
would
speed
be so
benefit, and it
prohibitively
guarantees the
expensive for them
speed
to
benefit.
make. Why would they do that?
That's the Xbox Series X Pro.
To guarantee the speed benefit
To
across
build a RAID to
non-proprietary
save
stuff.
Dan $200. Build a RAID in every Xbox.
Well, it would be that much to buy all those memory cards anyway.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. All right, cool. Let's move on. But only after a very short break and a hilarious message from our editor. Better step up.
What is going on, guys? Cooltrainer Camilo here to tell you that the Game Pack has a new series called First Impressions, where we play through the first few hours of a game and give our initial thoughts. So far, we have episodes on Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and Neo 2. I'm going to pin the playlist as a card, so be sure to check those out after the podcast. I also want to plug the Discord really quickly. Just because we're being told to distance and isolate ourselves doesn't mean we need to be alone. So if you haven't joined yet, consider joining. We have a lot of good conversation there. And it wouldn't be a PackCast ad without some memes, so here you go.
Tom Nook. Tom Nook.
And we're back. Last week, LEGO announced a new Super Mario series LEGO set. My childhood dreams came true. However, no, they didn't. The set includes interactive LEGO Mario and the ability to create Mario levels out of Legos. The announcement also stated that Legos were in a recent Nintendo Direct, briefly before that wording was taken down. So I think either they accidentally said that and then, oh, a Nintendo Direct, when they meant announcement, like somebody had Nintendo Direct on the brain, or some insider info got leaked and then taken down immediately. But the question I have for you guys, because it's the main issue that I have, how do you feel about this Lego's design?
It's very
anybody have Lego growing up, like with a big Lego?
I play with Legos, yeah.
I'm on a huge Lego kick right now.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys heard of the show Lego Masters?
Hosted by Will Arnett.
Yeah. It's a reality.
It's
show.
where I learned that the plural of Lego is Lego.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching. I've been really enjoying that show, and I just watched the Lego Movie 2 over the weekend. So I'm kind of like,
you're hype on Lego right now.
I'm hype on Lego, and I was hype when they announced this, but then they revealed it, and I'm like, that's not what I wanted.
Have you guys seen what the Mario Lego looks like when the screens turn off?
Is it terrifying?
No.
It's just it's like blacked out eyes. It's like chest.
What do they call? What is that meme? Sleep paralysis monster. Yeah,
I guarantee that's not gonna be something that very few people see. That thing is definitely gonna run out of battery at some point, and most people are gonna experience that. And that's gonna be how many of them end up, extended length of time going into the future.
I guess I'll jump in. I hate it with a hard H. I think it's bad. If I wanted to play a digital Mario, I'm playing Mario on my Switch or on my Super Nintendo or my NES, like whatever. Like, I think they're like, how can we merge like digital and physical and like make this a cool interactive experience? And I was like, you know what I want? I just want minifigs.
Minifigs, yeah.
I want minifigs with Mario with a cool design. I want like a ton of different blocks. I wanted it to look like what it looks like in Super Mario and 6 Golden Coins, and have there be like just actual Lego pieces, and you can just make levels and like have Goombas look like Goombas. It just looks, Mario looks so weird, and he has a TV on his stomach, and it's silly.
Well, I think they went towards trying to get a younger audience.
Yeah, I don't think it's for adults. It's more for kids.
Yeah, it's a very childish design. Like, it's big, it's blocky, because
it's like because isn't there a brand of Lego that is for kids, like Mega Bloks?
Yeah,
Mega Bloks.
Yeah, it feels like Mega Bloks. I'm just like, I've bought all these toys, all these video games. I'm like, this is like the one thing where I'm like, I'm too old for this. I shouldn't buy this.
It is a really interesting decision to make it seem like something that should be a collectible, but gear it towards such a young audience.
Yeah.
Because kids aren't collecting.
I might not actually buy this thing.
I'll see how much it costs. It's probably gonna cost a lot because it has
Lego's expensive.
Lego's expensive, and not all Legos have computers in them.
Yeah.
And this one has I think what was it, a 4K screen on his chest?
What?
No, just kidding. But like it
Better
has like an
screen than
interactive
Switch?
like screen on his chest. It's gonna be
4 kilobyte storage.
I like the idea of it. It makes the sounds and
Yeah.
the eyes move cool and stuff.
Yeah, I would buy this for a 7-year-old. Like if I had a 7-year-old.
I wonder how hackable the design is.
Oh,
like if
boy.
people could put their own images into like the eyes and the chest.
Probably extremely hackable because why would they spend time like locking that down?
That could be a reason to buy it then.
That's true.
I think it could make for some really cool content.
Yeah, people like breaking them apart and like seeing what you can do with it.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. So does everyone kind of gave their piece on the design?
Yep.
All right. So do we think that when they said Nintendo Direct, that is the Direct that has been rumored on March 26th? Was that just a slip up? Do we think we're getting a Direct on March 26th? Like, what do you guys think about all that?
I think that was that was a slip up because like who just says, "Oh, it was in the Nintendo Direct"? Like that I don't know. And
no
like,
one, you're saying no one just says that or actually types that?
No one just like accidentally says that. Well, I meant like, no one would just like say that for no reason. Like if that's in the wording, I don't.
So you're saying that the Direct is real?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think this is the perfect time for a Direct because it'll be right after Animal Crossing comes out.
We've been waiting so long for a general
Isn't it the longest time we've waited?
Yeah, I think the last one was
in like the Switch era.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have had one by now, and possibly like so many things getting delayed. I mean, like one thing gets delayed and they have to change what's in the Direct.
Yeah, I wonder if they're waiting on that because games could be delayed because of the pandemic or whatever.
I strongly suspect that is why we haven't gotten a Direct yet.
Interesting.
It's got to be really difficult to plan all those things.
Well, we have an indie Direct this week.
Yeah, we have the indie Direct
tomorrow.
I guess technically
a couple
yesterday
before
or 2 days ago.
This.
Yeah.
So the day after we record. I'm interested, and I'm excited to talk about that next week.
Well, there is
change everything to TBD for their dates.
There is rumors of 2 Directs in March, and if we have the indie Direct this week, then there's only a couple more weeks to get the second one.
Well, I think next week would be the last
February
week
too.
Yeah. 2 Nintendo Directs in the same.
Well, I don't really call the indie Direct a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, it's kind of like a.
Yeah, and I don't really consider like Animal Crossing Direct or Smash Direct or Pokemon Direct to be directs. They're more like informational.
I would only consider it if like they did what they did with Xenoblade Chronicles. Did you guys remember that? Or Xenoblade Chronicles 2? Do you remember that Nintendo Direct? That Direct where it was like Xenoblade Chronicles for like a half an hour.
That was so boring.
It was like, dude, oh my god. And like I thought the game looked cool at the time, and then I bought it and played it, and now I have a different opinion. But like, holy. But yeah, I still consider those Nintendo Directs because they're branded like Nintendo Direct.
Yeah,
like, it's different when it's just like Animal Crossing for. How long was that Animal Crossing thing? Like 35 minutes?
25.
Yeah, 25 minutes.
35?
It was like 30 minutes, yeah.
It's long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Like the length of a normal Direct.
I'm excited. I want to see some new stuff. I just want like
what's coming out this year?
I don't know. I want to see like the Fusion rumor. Like I'd love to see Metroid Zero Mission and Metroid Fusion like on one Switch cart, like remastered in HD. Like that would be
amazing. I would lose my mind.
With like an unlockable even though Super Metroid's already on the Switch, Just like even if you beat the game or something, you can unlock it and get.
Well, Metroid Prime had that Easter egg where I think you could play the first Metroid in it.
Oh, is that right, or was that Metroid Fusion?
Fusion. If you had Fusion, and you had the GBA adapter, you could get the Fusion suit in Metroid
Prime. That's what it was. Yeah. I remember that.
But I think you could unlock.
Was so excited.
I think you could unlock the original Metroid in Metroid Prime.
That's probably true. I don't remember where it would have been in the menus, but you're probably right.
I don't remember. I feel like that was a thing.
Gosh, give us some Metroid.
Let's just talk about Metroidvanias again.
We could.
I'm sure Cam and Dan will.
I haven't booted up Blasphemous when I bought
it. Do we think there's going to be a dark? Do we think there's going to be a big gap? Because like they've waited a long time for this direct, and we don't really know anything about this year. So like whatever they announced, it's not like this stuff is going to come out in like a month or two. It'll be like pushed. It'll be like there'll be like announcing stuff for the end of the year. So do we think like the beginning of the year might be really empty?
Well,
the middle of the year. Yeah.
I think Xenoblade Remastered.
Mm-hmm.
That just like popped up on the eShop somewhere, so people think that it's coming out soon.
On the like pre-order thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Things are up there for like months though.
Yeah.
I remember.
As much as I want to play some of these games that they have announced, like Breath of the Wild 2, but we haven't gotten more information in a direct yet, I am willing to wait. I am willing to wait because I know that if I wait, it's going to be a great game, even if they don't give me the information I want right now.
Sometimes they give too much information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, just let me explore this game and figure out.
I do sometimes, especially with movie trailers. I do it with movie trailers all the time because movie companies it's impossible for them to make a movie trailer that doesn't have all 3 acts of the movie in it. So I'll be like, oh, that movie looks cool. I'll watch like the first 30 seconds of the trailer and be like, all right, cool, I'll go see that. And then won't watch any more of it because I just don't want to get spoiled.
Yeah.
So what do we think is supposed to be revealed? All right, so I think we are kind of agreement that it wasn't an accident.
Yeah.
That it was a Nintendo Direct possibly and it's coming soon. I'm excited for a potential Nintendo Direct in 10 days. But we'll see.
But who knows? Everything's getting delayed.
Everything's getting delayed. Yep. Everything's getting canceled. Speaking of everything getting delayed and canceled, guys, that is a fantastic segue into our next story, and that is E3 2020 has been officially canceled. The quote we have here is, after careful consultation with our member companies regarding the health and safety of everyone in our industry, our fans, our employees, our exhibitors, and our longtime E3 partners, we have made the difficult decision to cancel E3 2020 scheduled for June 9th through the 11th in Los Angeles. They have no plans of hosting their own online event of any kind. However, some companies like Microsoft, Ubisoft, and Square Enix are exploring options for a digital experience. And then we looked it up. Nintendo, Sony, and EA haven't quite made clear their plans for this time period yet. EA does do that event that's like near E3 around the same time, so they haven't really announced what they're doing yet. So we're kind of in standby mode for that. So how do you think the timing will play out for these company announcements, guys? Do you think they're still going to stick for that June 9-11 period? Or do you think they're going to go crazy with it?
I think EA is going to get a little cocky because they usually do it. They don't even like do it during E3. Like they do it like 2 days beforehand. They'll be like, oh, we'll do it like a week or like even a month. Like, I don't know. They're gonna. I feel like they're gonna like jump the gun and like do it way earlier.
Here's our new sports game.
Yeah, here's Madden. Guess what? Madden 21's coming out. What does EA make that's not just sports games?
They have the Star Wars stuff.
Oh, that's right. We kind of talked about that. Oh, they had the one good game. Remember?
Yeah, the one good game.
Yeah, they used to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they used to have like Mass Effect and Dead Space. They used to have a lot of good games.
EA was great last gen.
Yeah,
like they were awesome.
And then they thought nobody buys their single player games, so but they can't make as much money because they can't microtransact.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you could you could buy power-ups for your Mass Effect character, I'm sure, for $1. Anyways,
there's also the fact that now that the companies have the option to like pick when they do this, is it smart for everyone to go at the same time? Because then like the hype, I mean, there's like the hype of E3, but like it's kind of like they're yelling over each other to get the attention and stuff. Everything's happening at the same time.
kinda, yeah.
But I feel like that
Go ahead.
they might start wanting to space themselves out, but then as other companies start making their announcements, it's going to be more and more pressure to get your announcement out before announcements become irrelevant. But if they allow themselves to space out, I think it could be a really healthy thing for the industry, because more information spread out over a long time makes everyone feel satisfied over the long run. Instead of ups and downs.
I know, I do. I always have that like lull after E3 because like it's over, and then now I have to wait months for these games to come out. I'd like it. It's like spread out more.
I can see them doing it the same week, like maybe not the same time slots, because E3 is like 2 days of presentations, and then the rest of the week is like for press and stuff. So I could see them like spreading out their presentations throughout the week as opposed to all congested into 2 days.
3 days. Yeah. What do you think about this, like Sony, Microsoft? Like they've been playing chicken about like releasing stuff about their next gen consoles. Do you think that's gonna play into it? Do you think Sony's gonna wait for like Microsoft to do their announcement?
Sony needs to like, I don't know. They somebody has to show their hand eventually, right? Like,
Microsoft is.
Yeah.
They just haven't said if it's $500 or $600 yet.
That's true. They are just waiting for the price, and then I guess some games. But
yeah, and that price is important. I remember, I think it was PS3 and Xbox 360 where like Sony was hyping it all up, and then the guy walked on stage, simply said the price that was like half the price as the other.
That was Saturn PS1.
Oh, okay. There we go.
No,
then just walked off stage.
Yep. The PS3 Xbox 360 thing. So PS3 was what, $600 when it came out?
Yeah.
And like they said, like get a second job. That was just like really bad. Really bad PR. They told people to get second jobs. So they're waiting. I think the pricing is going to be the same. I think
nobody's hiring right now.
Yeah. I think everything is just going to be delayed so long that it doesn't matter if someone gives their hand.
Yeah, I can see like these getting delayed. The systems themselves.
Yeah, I feel like Xbox is kind of in a bad position for already giving as much as their hand, because now Sony has the time, because everything's going to be delayed, to kind of rework some things.
They have to get more flops.
I mean, can they really rework the system? The dev kits are already in the hands of the developers. Like, what are they going to rework?
Might be able to rework some things like, hey, you now have twice as much RAM to work with. I don't know. Possibly.
Maybe. So, I guess then the looming question is, what effect will this have on the future of E3 as a convention? I'll jump in with my thoughts real quick. I hope that it doesn't go away. I think that something like this could potentially show people that they don't need to spend $10 million on a booth and they can just make a video presentation and get just as many eyeballs and get people talking about it and tweeting about it and stuff. I hope, my dream was always, and it's a selfish dream because I live in Los Angeles and it would take me no time at all to get to E3 where they hold E3. And like, I would like to go and have it be like a convention where like people, like I was saying on previous episodes, like, have it be a convention for fans and a celebration of games. Like, that's kind of what I was hoping, because like,
I think that's what they said on the website.
Like,
don't have
for
that
E3
on like the 2021.
West Coast, really.
They're gonna bring it back as a new experience for fans. A reimagined event that brings fans, media, and the industry together in a showcase that celebrates the global video game industry.
Yeah, so hopefully they still do that, because that's what I want.
I think they're gonna test the waters with it, see how it goes, see how these digital because I can see them doing digital presentations, but still having
the booths,
like the booths and the press, all that stuff that they had previously, but just the presentations be streamed or not as like stagnant.
I saw something on Twitter. And it was like they were wondering if Bethesda is gonna add like the crowd cheering and stuff in their own directs.
Oh god! Oh, I forgot about that last year. That with those like 4 people in the front that were just like going crazy.
I've been watching clips of like late night talk show hosts doing their shows to no audience.
Yeah, there's no audience.
It's really weird not having that cheering and that laugh track. I mean, not laugh track, obviously, but yeah.
Listening to John Oliver's delivery is way different when he doesn't like.
Oh, did you watch the most recent one?
Yeah,
where he's just in like a white room.
Yeah,
and
some of his jokes, like they're funny, but it's just like it sounds like you're bombing, but you're saying funny jokes, but it sounds like you're bombing. It's really fun.
Yeah,
really.
Well, a lot of these talk shows. Well, that one last week tonight and. The Daily Show, they're definitely on hiatus right now. Because they're not even doing without audiences.
Yeah. I feel like Nintendo has a leg up in this climate because they have already worked out their digital delivery mechanism. And other companies, like, they're going to have to make these decisions. Like, do we present with a cheer track or something? Like, that's a very valid discussion.
It'll be interesting to see if they can even make these presentations, because like what company's going to be open? Nobody's going to be at the physical location of these companies.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, you can definitely make videos from home though. I do it all the
time.
Yeah,
obviously.
That's like
you can even collaborate
with
people
like having like
areas.
The professional like setting to like make a video.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, maybe it will just be Phil Spencer like chilling in his basement, talking about games. I would love that. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
like a fireside chat. Maybe they could do a fireside chat.
It'd be so funny. I'd love to see Phil Spencer's game room.
Yeah, that's what we need. Just starts a YouTube channel.
Anything else about E3, guys? You want to talk about in general? I'm just kind of bummed. I wanted to go this year really bad, but like obviously there's more important things to worry about. Like I don't get to go to E3. Like there's some serious stuff going on.
I just think this year is really going to bring into question if we need E3. And I'm not like against having like this new experience next year, but it doesn't feel like I feel like they should rename it if it's not what it used to be, because it's like
I feel like E3 has evolved or has changed over the past 5 years.
I mean, they let in fans before, and they kept.
Well, last year they let in fans.
Yeah,
I think they sold tickets, right?
Not totally new.
Yeah, and they have officially said that they have no plans to cancel E3 for future years. At this point, they very much intend to keep it going at this point, at least.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's a possibility if the companies like this way it worked out this year. I don't know. I think there's a possibility it may not happen again.
Possibly.
It's just a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like whoever, I don't know who runs it, but they're losing out a lot of money.
Well, you can think of it like too, like the companies would be like saving a lot of money if they're doing all this press with their own digital event, and then they don't have to buy a booth and they don't have to spend all this money on E3. Like that's saving them money.
Yeah.
And to get the same outcome.
It's not the same outcome though, because you don't have like major like news outlets like getting hands on with the games like as you announce them. Like that's a totally like unique experience to E3.
Sony wasn't there last year, right?
No, right?
I don't think they even had a booth. I think they weren't there.
What did they announce last year?
Nothing, because it's all the same. It's like Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima.
No, they were there, right? But it was just like the same stuff, right?
Yeah. No, that was like 2 years ago. That was a weird presentation. Where like there was a guy playing the flute.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Speaking of flutes, let's move on. I hope it doesn't get canceled. It's possible that this could be the end of E3, but I'm not a doomsday guy, so I think it'll be back next year. All right, so I want to move on to our last thing that we talk about, and that's the new games that are coming out this week and what we've been playing. So we've got March 17th, MLB The Show 20 is coming out of early access. It was on early access on the 13th, and it's actually out to the public now on the 17th for PS4. On March 19th, we have Resident Evil 3 Raccoon City Demo, which will be pretty exciting. Resident Evil 2 was pretty cool. I haven't played it, but people are freaking out about it.
Resident Evil 2 remake's amazing.
Yeah. So this is probably going to be pretty awesome. On PS4, Xbox One, and PC. On March 20th, we got nothing really coming out. Just kidding.
No big games.
Animal Crossing New Horizons is coming to the Switch. Doom 64 coming to PC, Switch, PS4, and Xbox, and that's just kind of to hype up Doom Eternal, which is the sequel to the kind of Doom reboot that came out in 2016. And
those games complement each other, Animal Crossing and Doom.
Have you seen all the memes with like Isabel and
Isabel like in Doom guy armor?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Hey, you didn't put Doom Eternal's coming to the Stadia, man.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Doom Eternal's coming to Stadia before it gets canceled.
How can it come to something that no longer is relevant?
So yeah, Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing coming out. I know all of us are excited. Wait, can I say all of us? Dan, do you care about Animal Crossing?
I have it on pre-order. It's for my wife, but I might play it.
All right.
I had good experiences with previous games.
So the Teen Lounge family is excited about
it. Sure.
We're the three of us are definitely excited about Animal Crossing. I've been an Animal Crossing fan since GameCube. The original game, Population Growing.
Not Animal Forest?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, No, it's not really what it's called. It's what people say it's called. Like, because it's got, if you look at, what was the one that
Are you talking about the N64 one? Or
no,
the game?
Animal Forest? I'm not talking about Animal Forest.
Okay.
What was the game that came after? It was a DS was the next
Wild
sequel, right?
World.
Wild World. So if you look
that's
at the
the one I
logo of Animal Crossing Wild World, it hangs down on a little wood sign, Wild World, just like it hangs down on a little wood sign like Population Growing. So some people refer to the GameCube game.
But isn't
as
the population growing one a lot smaller than?
It's much smaller.
I think it just means like
it is much smaller. You have to look for it to see it. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of like to meme on that. And then I loved Doom 2016. I think I'm on the last level, and I've been on the last level for a really long time.
I don't think I beat it. I need to beat it.
It's beautiful. And I was looking at the specs for Doom Eternal. Like, the minimum requirements on PC are insane. I'm like, well,
did you watch the trailer? It looks insane.
It looks crazy. So it's like either I buy a new PC or I'm getting this thing on an Xbox. So I can play it in 4K. All right, cool. That was a little waffling on March 20th, but that's cool. We got some good games coming out. All right, so let's talk about what we've been playing. What have you been playing, Camilo?
I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. I'm actually trying to complete my living dex in Pokemon Home by only catching the Pokemon from the region that they originated from. So like I'm only catching Pokemon, the Kanto Pokemon, like from the Kanto region, and like with the Johto Pokemon, cool. I've been only catching them from like the Virtual Console.
Oh, I was gonna say, are you doing Virtual Console or are you playing Let's Go?
Well, I just figured Kanto was like right there, so I just said let's go for Kanto.
Okay.
But for Johto, I'm doing the Virtual Console
because that would have been hardcore.
Yeah, I might
still hardcore.
I might go
like,
and replace it, but hardcore. I think it'd be cool to have like a database of like all of those hidden abilities. So, yeah, cool. but like yeah, when I get to Gen 3, I'll do like Oras. I'll probably go back to Diamond Pearl Platinum when I get to Sinnoh, but that'll probably be the hardest because I have to transfer a lot.
Just wait like a year.
I want them a year now though. And then I've also been playing Final Fantasy VII, and I'm like near the end of on Switch, and I'm near the end of Disc 1, which is like I think around halfway.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Dan, what about you?
Been continuing my Assassin's Creed franchise run. I blasted through Unity in like 13 hours, a little over 13 hours. That one went really quick, and now I'm on Syndicate, and that one feels like it's taking forever, because it feels like everything I do is just blocked by the you're not a high enough level. You can't really do this one yet.
I hope you enjoy the later ones.
Are you experiencing any burnout?
I am very much experiencing burnout on this style of the gameplay that the series has been so far, and I'm very much looking forward to them totally revamping
they
things.
definitely go
for Origins and Odyssey.
More towards RPG and Origins and Odyssey.
Yeah,
that does give me pause, but I'm willing to give it a go. Yeah,
you might end up being way more disappointed.
It's
finally different, but I don't like this kind of game.
They have equipment levels and stuff. Like, yeah, you're gonna have the same stuff.
Yeah, because there's a lot I like in Syndicate, but some things that just don't make sense. I paid and crafted and got myself a really nice weapon when I was like level 4, and it was like a level 9 weapon. It let me pay for it. It let me craft it. It let me put it in my inventory.
A ton of games
it will not let me equip it because I'm not a level 9.
Oh, dude,
that is
so many RPGs do that.
Yeah,
like every RPG with crafting does that.
Dude, I'm
don't let me craft it if I can't use it.
Because maybe you want to craft it now. Like it wants
to
give you the
just
freedom.
sit on it.
I do that. I used to do that all the time. I would craft stuff when I was like 2 levels behind, carry it in my inventory, wait, level up, and then instantly equip it.
The reason I crafted it was to use it on, like, to be able to make it go a little quicker.
Gotta read that fine print.
It wasn't there.
John, what are you playing, man?
I am playing Nioh 2. Actually, I got like a Dark Souls bug. Like I caught the Souls-like bug because Nioh 2. I've been playing that, and it's awesome. It's just like the first one. They added a few new things that are like really cool. And then I'm also playing Blasphemous, which is a Metroidvania. Well, I guess it's like a Castlevania like, but also Dark Souls like.
It's very creepy looking.
It's very odd. You like collect body parts. Like I collected like I don't know, like a spleen.
In the trailer, there's a weird scene with a giant baby, and I did not like that.
Yeah, it's odd. I enjoy the gameplay. I like the pixel, like it's a pixel art, 16-bit.
Gameplay is awesome.
Yeah, the music's great. Yeah, it's. I'll be interested to hear your thoughts once you play it.
I might turn it on tonight. I'm trying to finish Ori really fast because I'm trying to get a review up. Guys, you see this video if you're watching it the day we upload it on Thursday. I'm trying to get a review out for Ori and the Will of the Wisps by Saturday. So I'm hustling for y'all. Speaking of what I've been playing, I've been playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Is it a lot bigger than the original?
It is. Gosh, there are quests and side quests. There's collectibles. There's like a lot of new and different stuff in this game. So I can't like decide like how much time do I really want to spend like going through and finding everything. Because in Blind Forest, I found everything and it took me 8.5 hours. I didn't use a guide. I didn't do anything. I just found everything. It took me 8.5 hours.
That's quick. That's quick.
And well, because you get an ability. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I hate talking about like getting into the weeds too much, but you get an ability when you like max out all of your points, and it like shows stuff on your map, so you can just go around and like once you are like totally maxed out at the end of the game, you have all the abilities. You just run around and you pick it all up. Okay. So Ori and the Will of the Wisps, it plays a lot different than Blind Forest, but the feeling is the same. Like the emotions they hit you way harder too.
Oh man, I played like a half hour and they like gut punch you right away.
Dude, I think 4 hours in, and they had gut punch you 30 minutes in, and then they just knee you in the chin about 4 hours in. And you're just like, I think I'm gonna cry. I was streaming it and I was like, I'm gonna cry on stream. I think I'm gonna cry.
That's how the first one was too. Like they're it's very emotional games.
Way more emotional than the first game.
Oh, really?
Stuff goes down.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's crazy. The way they tell the story, it's so swept up. The music, everything is just like, it's really an amazing experience. I can't hype this game enough. Anyways, that's what I've been playing, and if you want the full review, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can also check out the audio version of this podcast on Google Play, Spotify, and iTunes. You can join our Discord to keep in touch with us and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. All of these links can be found in the description. Also, all the links to our personal channels can be found in the description. So if you want to see the kind of stuff that we get into that's like not necessarily Game Pack related, why don't you give us all an individual peek-see, see what we're doing? Because we definitely do different stuff. We're like we all kind of have our own thing, and then we come together and do this. So thank you guys again for watching very, very much, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.